Do you struggle with having too many tabs open on your computer? You've got maybe 100 tabs open with all sorts of interesting articles you want to read, great tidbits of research that you don't want to forget about, new hobbies you want to learn about, work projects that you plan on starting soon. But do you get lost in that sea of tabs? This question was posted inside our Lifehack Tribe private Facebook group. How do I kick the habit of having a million tabs open, thinking I'll get back to them later? Any tips for kicking this habit? So many of our tribe members engaged with this post, helping their fellow tribe member out. And seriously, that is one of the things I love about that group so much. And a quick note before we get started, today's video is sponsored by Lifehack Tribe. So stick around to the end of the video to learn how you can get your first week in Lifehack Tribe for just $1. We'd love to have you so that we can start answering your productivity questions too. Okay, so let's jump into this. I have a super quick and dirty hack for this that I'll share first. At the end of the day, save all of the tabs that you have open as a bookmark folder labeled with today's date. That way you can close all the browser tabs without losing anything. And you can start work fresh in the morning and open up the tabs that you want to. But that is simply a band-aid on the larger problem. I'm gonna say something a little controversial. I don't think this is just a problem with internet tabs. I think this is an issue of not having a trusted system for storing and referencing information. So here's a little how-to for you today. Every single tab you have open is gonna fit into one of 3 categories. There's actionable, someday, or toss it. Those are the 3 categories. So let's break each of those down. If a tab is actionable, that means it's in reference to something that you want to do. Maybe it's directly related to a work project, or maybe it's a how-to article for changing the coolant in your car, which you urgently need to do. So you plan to do something immediately, not too far into the future, with that piece of information. So what you need to do with those tabs is make yourself a task in your project manager, like Asana, with the link and a due date. And by the way, Asana even has a Chrome extension that allows you to really easily save a web page as a task. Such a game changer. I'm gonna drop a link to that in the description below. Once that task is created, you can close that tab safely and go ahead and repeat that process for all of your actionable tabs. The second bucket, your someday bucket, includes any information you may or may not need for future reference. Maybe you're just not quite sure yet. So these tabs need to get organized into a place that you can find them later if needed. Pocket is really great for this. It simply lets you store the link so that you can read it later. Or you could even create a file for those someday tabs, maybe in your Evernote account, or even just your Google Drive account, or heck, just a Microsoft Word document, and you can paste them all in there. I find that it's helpful to include the title of the article and group the articles by whatever project you think you'll need them for in the future so that they're all grouped together once you come back to them later. And finally, the toss it bucket. This is kind of where tabs go to die. And listen, I am an information maniac. I love learning for the sake of learning. I love collecting information, but I have to be realistic with myself. I'm really not gonna read those 6 articles on the history of kinetic sand. Trust me, I want to, but realistically, I know I won't. I don't have the time, nor is it really necessary for me to. So there is a certain liberation that comes with just letting go and closing those tabs. Even though they're just tabs that are open on my computer, they really start to bog me down as they accumulate. It makes me feel like I have unfinished business. And frankly, I feel bad about it. So I've learned just to let them go. Just click them closed. If you are destined to learn everything there is to know about kinetic sand, they'll come back to you in the future. So let's recap this tab elimination strategy. For each tab that you have open, what you're gonna do is ask yourself 3 questions. Is this something that I need to take action on right now or in the very near future? If so, it goes onto my task list. Is this something that I wanna read or reference later? Possibly. If so, then it goes onto my someday list. Or is this something I don't really need or could easily Google later if necessary? Then let it go and close out that tab. And that's it. Okay, folks, let's take a moment to talk about today's sponsor, Lifehack Tribe. Lifehack Tribe is a monthly membership program that we've created for those of you out there who are feeling overwhelmed, overworked, and disorganized. Each month in Tribe, we host a variety of awesome live calls. Those might include in-depth trainings, pre-planning sessions where we all pre-plan our weeks and months together, accountability buddy calls, and so much more. In Tribe, we support each other to create our highest levels of productivity and accountability in order to build the kind of life that no one gets to have. We're offering our viewers a pretty sweet deal right now. If you sign up using the link below, you'll get your first week in Tribe for just $1. So if you're ready to get it together and create your freedom lifestyle, click the link in the description below. Now I want to hear from you. Are you guilty of having a million tabs open? Or do you have a trusted system in place for managing your tabs? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're obsessed with human potential and living your best life like we are, then consider subscribing to this channel and joining our journey to complete lifestyle freedom. See you in our next video.